Everyone, and welcome to Vlogmas day 12, I believe. And today is just kind of like a sit down and just, chat over a cup of tea and stuff like that. I didn't want it to be super like normal or, any kind of thing like that. It's kind of just like me talking to you as a friend. And today's video is kind of just what I do to stay keto over the holidays, or maybe what I've seen other people do, or maybe what you're doing, anything like that. But I know that the holidays are pretty crazy. Everyone is kind of throwing their diets out the window. Everyone is drinking a lot or eating a lot of food, eating a lot of desserts, a lot of sugar. And I just wanted to let you guys know like my thoughts on that, what I do over this type of holiday, and just basic keto talking in general.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
If you hear my husband in the background, it's because he's downstairs playing his game. It's actually like snowing outside, and it's snowing a lot. I wasn't able to make it to work today. I live about 50 miles away from work, and like the whole town is just covered in like, I don't know, it's probably 6 to 8 inches of snow right now. And I live in Virginia, so we don't get snow on like a daily basis. So when it does snow, it's kind of like everyone freaks out about it. But last year over Thanksgiving and Christmas time, I actually stayed keto for both holidays, and I brought my own food to like my sister's houses and made sure that I was still being keto the whole entire time. I felt really good about that decision at the time because I wasn't eating all the sugar. I wasn't, just eating all the carbs that everybody else was. But at the same time, I did feel a little left out and just a little kind of like weird in general. So this year I didn't want to make a like goal where I absolutely had to stay keto over the holidays. Just a couple weeks ago when we had Thanksgiving, we actually lost power for 4 days before Thanksgiving and ended up going up to Pennsylvania to where my relatives live and spending extra time with my dad. And my dad, he loves cooking food for me. He loves, that I'm a great eater and all that kind of stuff, but he doesn't quite understand the health aspects of how I eat now. So he'll just cook a bunch of meals and, I eat a bunch there, and a lot of times it's not keto foods. And so we were up there for about a whole week of eating all the foods that my dad cooked, and then also Thanksgiving foods as well. I wasn't able to bring keto foods with us not having had power for a while. So we just kind of ate whatever. We had eaten pretty bad before going because of the power outage. We just tried to cook as much as we could on the grill, but then we still had to go out and get food elsewhere. All in all, when we came back from Thanksgiving, I could tell that I gained a lot of weight. I try not to weigh myself at all during the year, but since I was doing that like plant-based keto challenge in October, I did weigh myself, and I could just feel that my pants were again getting really tight, and that can kind of be discouraging. So I also did not feel very great in general. I didn't want to get sick, especially over like the holiday season. And so I decided, okay, I'm gonna go back and start eating keto. Now, it's great to eat keto and it's great to stick to your goals, but the thing was I didn't want to be too strict in my keto diet. I didn't want to feel like I was missing out. So instead of doing what made me feel like the ultimate best, which is eating kind of the plant-based keto and doing ketotarian, I decided that I was going to eat keto just regularly, where I'm including dairy, I'm including cheese, and I'm making more like comfort food keto recipes. And so a lot of the recipes I'm making right now are out of Craveable Keto, which I really do love that book. And I had my husband pick a bunch of the recipes out. So we're eating chicken corn on blue pizza today. We ate like a Philly cheesesteak casserole. We ate these taco bowls in these spaghetti squash like shell. And all of these meals are absolutely amazing. Are they the healthiest or most nutrient dense keto meals? No. Would I advise you guys to eat that way, for a whole entire year, or do lazy keto? No, I don't advise that. I am more a whole foods type of approach to keto. But in this situation, is it better for me to be watching my sugar, watching my carbs, feeling better than being on a standard American diet and, enjoying the process? yes, that's okay. I guess you could call that a tip, but one of my tips for staying keto over the holidays is to not be so strict about things. Like, don't be, watching and doing 20 grams of carbs, during the holiday season. Make keto cookies and eat the keto cookies. Like, that's better than forcing yourself not to eat anything and then binging on regular cookies. And so if you need any cookie recipes or keto dessert recipes, I do have some videos, and I did a Vlogmas video about that. It was a bake with me where I made keto bourbon balls, I made keto gingerbread cookies, and I made keto sugar cookies. So I will have that popped above and down below in the description box, so you can go check that out. And so I highly advise for you to, just Google it or use the recipes that I provided. And when you do have a sugar craving or you feel like you're missing out, make the actual keto version of those types of things. So I've been keto and doing really, really well. I haven't had any cravings for unhealthy type of things ever since I went back to being keto, because I feel like I just feel so much better eating the keto things, and I'm not being super strict. I'm not only eating plant-based keto, or I'm not only eating 20 grams of carbs keto, or I'm not doing dairy-free keto at the moment. Now, I understand if you have allergies or something like that, maybe you can't splurge on having dairy on keto, and so you just have to do what works for you. But maybe if say that you love nuts, maybe you have a lot of nuts right now on keto and, actually kind of indulge in something like that. I feel like I've been eating a lot more 90% dark chocolate because I just love it and it feels like dessert to me. Or I'll have more than one bourbon ball a day, and that's fine for me. I think that that's totally okay. And I think if you're coming from a place of too much restriction, that really kind of hurt yourself in the long run. And so you don't want to get to January and be tired of, counting your carbs and counting your macros and not being able to eat anything. And so for me, I do like to do a more strict approach for January. So right now I'm having a great time eating all of this dairy and, not really caring as much about food quality as I usually do. And so when January hits, I'm doing Ketotarian all over again. And this time I'm committing to 60 days because last time I did an ultimate 30 days, but I ended up not really eating meat until 45 days later. And you can watch my whole entire, if you didn't know I did a plant-based keto challenge, I will have those links up above and down below as well, because I vlogged my whole entire month of what I ate. So I am looking forward to doing the plant-based keto challenge for 60 days. So that's January and February. And yeah, I just feel like I'm going to be in my ultimate health, because I had really good results from that and I felt amazing. There was no bloating. I just felt pretty great. And that's what I want to feel for the beginning of the year. I really want to focus on my fertility and my health for this year. So getting back into keto holiday tips. Now, say that you don't want to be keto right now. That is perfectly fine. I find that myself, if I don't actually want to be keto, or I don't want to work out, or I don't want to wake up early, I'm the kind of person that I'm not going to do it. I actually have to be in the mindset to actually want to do it in order to get it done. So I try not to make goals anymore where I will say, oh, well, I'm going to do this workout program this month, even if it's something that I hate, or I know I'm not going to have enough time, or I know I'm not in the mood to do it, because I feel more like a failure having said that I was going to do it and then completing the first day and then never finishing it. So I try and only do challenges or projects or anything like that if I'm absolutely in the mindset and I know that I'm going to be motivated to actually do that. And it's the same thing with anything in life, like reading books. If you know that you're going to be busy and you know that you're just not in the mindset to read a bunch of books, then don't make your goal to read a bunch of books. You need to make it a goal that's more simple for you. And saying that, if you are not in the mood to eat keto right now and Christmas is your favorite and you have so many parties to go to and you just absolutely don't want to have to worry about bringing your own food or making your own keto cookies or telling people no, then don't do it. As long as you don't have a major health problem and it's not going to be bad for you to go off of keto, I say it's okay to splurge, and it's definitely okay to just eat regular during the time of the holidays. Like, you know, I wouldn't advise you to do that for the rest of your life. Obviously, you do want to get back into eating keto, but you don't want to say like, I absolutely can't have, you know, a lick of the chocolate pudding that my grandmother makes, like, you know, things like that. If that's something that you really want, or say you only see your grandmother once a year and that's like your absolute favorite pudding, like, just eat the pudding. It's okay. Like, you're not hurting anybody's feelings. No one from the keto communities is going to come knock on your door and kick you out of the Facebook group. And so if you find that you actually are surrounded by people like that, or you're surrounded by a keto Facebook group that is very mean about that type of thing, and it tells you you're absolutely wrong to having indulged in, you know, your Christmas type of meals or anything like that, then you're welcome to join my keto motivation group, because we all mess up. Obviously, myself, like, I wasn't keto during Thanksgiving, and I posted that in the group. Like, other people also on purpose did not stay keto during Thanksgiving, and maybe they changed their mind. Maybe they are staying keto during Christmas time. And so everyone has their different goals. Everyone has different lives. Everyone just is different in general. And so I'm not going to tell you to do something specific, and you shouldn't tell me to do something specific. I can tell you my thoughts and feelings about it, and I can tell you what works for me, but I'm not going to sit here and say, if you're not keto over the holidays, you're doing it all wrong, and, you know, you're a failure, and, you know, all that kind of stuff that I feel like a lot of people do say. I think that this is the end of this chat. I just wanted to make this video because I do know that even myself, with putting myself out there on YouTube, on Instagram, in my keto group, you know, it kind of makes me feel a little down if I'm like, yeah, I follow keto, like, you know, oh, I am a whole food based approach to keto, and then, you know, people are like, oh, so what did you eat on Thanksgiving? And I'm like, oh, I ate mac and cheese and rolls and stuff like that. Like, there's always going to be people that judge you, but it's okay. Just worry about what works for yourself and for you. Try not to care about what other people think, because they really should not be judging you for your own, you know, decisions in life. It's food. Like, for heaven's sakes, it is food. And I know that food is medicine, but at the same time, is it worse to kind of put yourself in a depressed mode because you didn't eat keto over the holidays? Or is it better to just have fun over the holidays, enjoy what you can, hop back on in January or whenever you decide to hop back on, and, you know, just enjoy the life that you do have? So I am done ranting and raving on this little keto chat talk thing, and I hope that you enjoy watching my other Vlogmas videos. I will see you all tomorrow in another video. Bye, guys.